Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am bringing you another project today for the Halloween series. I'm on my third week now, I think this is, yeah. And I posted some pictures on Facebook because I'm kind of rubbish, because I do my channel and things and video everything. I kind of forget to take pictures of things. I forget that I've actually got a page on Facebook, so yeah, I took photos of everything and then put everything on Facebook, and I had quite a few comments on this box. Now, I'm going to show you how I made this box today. Now, the reason I am, the reason I'm doing this tutorial then is because quite a few people asked me how to do it, but we were also talking about Christmas Eve boxes. Now this is the box that I used based on what I used for my 3 children for their Christmas Eve boxes, okay? So the box measures 9.5 by 7 and it's 2.5 inches deep, okay? Now you do need 3 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock for this, okay? You can't make it with A4 because you need the 12 inches. But yes, so it's quite a big box, and like I say, I made my Christmas Eve boxes with this. We make it a little bit more, it's quite sturdy, you know. I mean, it wouldn't hold like a lot of heavy things, but it is pretty, you know, sturdy in that. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to make this. It might be in 2 parts because obviously my videos don't last for very long, so we'll see how we get on now and go from there, okay? Right, so this is, like I say, the box that we're making. So I'm going to pop this box over to one side. Okay, so what you're going to need is, let's just get all my decoration stuff out of the way and show you the main base. Okay, so you're going to need 1 whole sheet of 12 by 12, okay? And on this sheet of 12 by 12, I've already scored them, so I'm just going to give you the measurements. I'll write everything in the description box below, okay? So don't worry about having to remember anything. But on your main piece of 12 by 12, don't cut anything. Just pop it in your scoreboard, or use a embossing pen and a ruler if you need to. And then score it at 2.5. Okay, on one side, on one 12-inch side. Then turn it around and score it at 2.5 and 9.5. Okay, so what you'll have then is 3 score lines going 3/4 of the box, all right? And there's nothing on this side. And the reason there's nothing on this side is because we're going to attach another piece to this, because obviously I'm only using 12 by 12 cardstock, and we want the box to be as large as we can possibly make it. Now, to make it as large as we can possibly make it, we have to add on an extra piece, okay? You can't do it any other way. There's no way of sort of doing it, okay? Especially if you want the depth to be as big as 2.5 inches, okay? So that's what you want to do with your first piece, okay? Pop that over to there. So the bit that adds on extra, okay, is this bit here. This needs to measure 12 by 3, all right? And now what you have to do on, no, sorry, I've got it by 12 and 3.5. Now you can have it 12 and 3.5, or you can have it at 12 by 3, okay? The reason I've got it 12 by 3.5 is because when, if I tell you the scoring first, if you score it on the 3.5-inch side at 1 inch, and then on the 12-inch side at 2.5 again, and at 9.5, okay? What this 1-inch score mark will do then is fit on here, like overlap like a hinge, and then they will come around and they will come around to close your box, okay? Now you could do it 12 by 3 and just give yourself 1/2 inch to hinge on. Now I did that with my original box, but I thought, oh, for a little bit extra stability, I'm going to give myself an inch to work with, okay? So 12 by 3.5, score it on the 12-inch side at 2.5 and 9.5, and then on the 3-inch side at 1, okay? 3.5-inch side, sorry, at 1. So that's those two. And then the lid, okay? What you want to do with the lid is get a piece of cardstock that is 11 5/8 by 9 1/8. Okay, and we're going to score this an inch all the way around, all right? I'm going to work on the lid last. I have sort of based it on the measurements that I've got from here, so I want to double check that it all fits together first, okay? So yeah, so we work on the lid last. So we'll get out our main base now. Pop that over there. Okay, so we want to fold all of our score lines. Now the cardstock that I'm using, in case anybody wants to know, is the one from the range. I'm not sure if I've got it. Hang on, bear with me. I'm going to see if I've got a package that I haven't opened. Yes, I have. It's this one here. It's the Premier cardstock. I think you can get it on Amazon. I pay $4.99 for this in the range, and it's 225 GSM. Okay, so it's not as thick as you can get, but it is pretty thick cardstock. And then we want to fold this way. Okay, so you should have that and that. Now obviously we've got to do some cutting so that we can make the box up. So grab your scissors, and I guess what, I found my snips. Brian had them in his office. So yeah, so on the bit with the 2.5 inch side here, up here, you're going to cut in and up your score line to the first score line. Okay, so you're going to make these into tabs. Alright, so you're going to wedge out a little bit and just a little bit on the edge there as well. Okay, and then you want to do the same on the opposite side. Okay, so we've got that bit there, and then that will come around there like that. Okay, and then we add on our other section. So I'm going to leave that like that and work on the smaller piece. Okay, so that's there like that. So we're going to grab our smaller piece, put my measurements over here so I can write them out after, and again do the same thing, fold out all the score lines. Okay, now we only want this bit in the middle, this 1 inch bit in the middle. We don't want this bit because it's not going to fit with our hinge, okay? So what we're going to do is when we cut into our tab, we're going to wedge in this way, like that, okay? And then we're going to turn it round and we're going to just take a wedge out that way. So it gives you that bit, so it fits on a little bit nicer then. Just take a little bit off the end. You don't want to mite it in too much. And then do the same here. So again, cut up, and then cut that one. Okay, so that's what you've got, right? So if we bring in our other piece here, okay, that's what will happen. You add that onto there like that, and then the box will close as a normal box base. Okay, so I'll do this bit with you. So I'm going to use liquid glue just to add this bit on, only because it gives me a little bit of time to sort of adjust it if I've gone a little bit squiff. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of my glue on here. Okay, now I'm going to pull it to me because I want to line this up as best as I can. So if you want to, just, if my head's in the way, I'm sorry. So just line it up like this. And then you just want to make sure you're on the So you don't want to be too far forward on the box because you're going to have a little bit of overhang otherwise. Okay, and then just burnish that down. So see, I've given myself a bit of a you know, like a larger gap here, like an inch, but like I say, you can always do it with half an inch, it's no problem. But like I say, I'm figure because I'm cutting into checking them out because they don't look as if they're the same size. They are the same size, so just go around and that one on. Right, okay, so yes, so what I would do now is fit the box together. I'm just thinking, do I want to put it together? Because what you can do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another base down here. Now this just gives it a little bit more stability and makes your box that little bit more sturdier. Now I'm just figuring whether I close the box up first and then do that after, or whether I do it before. But I don't want to do it before if the box turns out like wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the box up with you then, and we'll just have to do it on the outside then. So we are going to put glue on our tab. So I'm just going to do two sides first, okay? So you want to just get some glue and put it on the back side of the tab. And my heating's just kicked in, sorry, you can hear that noise in the background. Okay, and then what you want to do is bring this up and join up your corners. Okay, and that will give you your box shape. And then do the same on the other side. Give them a burnish down. And then we want to do the same on the back side. So again, just put some of your glue, like say you can use anything you want to glue wise. I need to get some more of this, to be honest. And then bring these in here and join these up. Down. Okay, and there you've got your base. Alright, now there's just a tiny little, you can see there, just a tiny little of overhang. You can cut that off, or you know, just tidy it up as you please. So that's the base of our box. Now what you want to do now is decorate the box, okay? So I've got my, what I make it sturdier with is another piece of cardstock, okay, black, and this is 6 7/8 by 9 3/8, okay, so that goes in there like that. And then I decorate the bottom panel as well, and that's 6 5/8 by 9 1/8, and that goes on the top of that panel at the bottom, okay. So I'm just going to adhere all of that together. So I'm going to put this on that and then that in my box, okay. I'm going to pause the video for that, alright, so bear with me and I shall be straight back with you. Okay, so that's the base of the box decorated. Like I say, it covers the hinge and makes it that little bit sturdier. Okay, now I'm going to do the side panels. Now again, you can use your measurements as whatever you want. I like to have a sort of a 1/4 inch border around. So my measurements are, for the two shorter side panels, you've got 6 3/4 by 2 1/4. For the short too. And then my side panels, the longer ones, are 9 1/8 by 2 1/4. Okay, and this, if I haven't told you, sorry, is some old retired Stampin' Up! Card, some papers that I had. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the video again while I tape all of these to the outside of the box. Okay, so that's my box decorated on each side. I should say that the longer side panel should be 9 1/4 by 2 1/4. I made mine 9 1/8 by 2 1/4 because the only scrap pieces that I had left measures 9 1/8. So I just give it that little bit more of a gap on each side. I would have done 9 1/4, but of course I didn't have the right length paper. So, okay, so that's our box. So we're going to work on the lid. Okay, so again, you want to score everything, burnish everything all the way around. And pray and hope this lid works. Because with boxes, honestly, it's a lot of trial and error. I would use copy paper before doing any box that I would try. Sometimes it's difficult though, because obviously copy paper isn't 12 inches. So it's that little bit more difficult. But yeah, so I've usually got scrap pieces of 12 by 12 that I use then if I'm in that sort of situation. Now, okay, so again, you're going to fold all the things and we're just going to cut some tabs. So you want to go up one end and just cut in slightly, and then just cut off that end, and then need to cut it off then. Don't want to do that, Abe, do we? Okay, and the reason I'm going round in this direction is because, like I've said to you before, it just cuts out the bulk on 2 sides. It's on all 4 sides instead of just being on 2 of the sides. Okay, now we're going to pray and hope that this works, because I think I remember the first time around I had loads of problems with the lids. Okay, so those are our tabs. We've got our tabs there. So just going to do 2 sides. Again, I'm going to use liquid glue because it's just easier to work with. Okay, so we're just going to meet up that edge with that edge. And the same here. Okay, and we're going to just use our bone folder to squish them in. Okay, right, then we want to put our box in there like that, yeah, and glue the sides. Always put your lid at the bottom of your box, so then you know then that your lid is going to fit properly. Alright, so you need some glue on this side and some glue on that side. And then you got, and just do the same as what I just did there, but just work it around the box. So it just gives you that nice square edge then. Okay, so just work it around the box. Okay, and then just gently lift your box out. Okay, put it also to one side, and then burnish all of those down. Nice. Okay. Now again, it's up to you what depth you want that. I wanted it to be 1 inch, that's why I scored it 1 inch all the way around, which is one of the reasons why I can't reinforce my lid. Now, if I was using a little less, I would probably reinforce the lid. But it's quite sturdy, and then when you put the top on, I have got a decorative panel to go on the top. So that should go on there quite nicely, because we've made it fit. Okay, and there's your box and your lid. Alright. Now for the top piece, I put a mat down of orange, and then this cool haunted house paper. Okay, now the mat is 6 7/8 by 9 3/8, and again my paper then is 9 1/8 by 6 5/8, and I'm just leaving a 1/4 inch border gap all the way around because that's my choice. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to leave an 1/8, 1/4, 3/4, entirely up to you. Okay, I'm just going to stick these down and come back to you. Okay, and there's our box. So you can decorate the sides if you want to. I'm just going to leave mine black. And then decorate it up how you want. The Christmas Eve boxes I did with the kids, I cut out some letters and put the kids' names on there. And obviously use Christmas papers, not Halloween papers. And there you have it, 2 Halloween boxes. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have that come out. I'm so glad that the lid actually worked. Yeah, so like I say, they're really quite hefty. And they, you know, will carry a few treats or whatever. Great to go in Happy Mail if you wanted them to. You could personalise them up. Okay, I'm going to stop waffling on there now because I think I'm about to run out of time. I'm going to walk around to my camera. So thank you very much for joining me. Again, I'll write all the measurements in the description box below. If you've got any questions, please just don't hesitate to ask me if I've gone over something too fast or whatever. But like I say, if you follow the measurements and cut your tabs like I do, then you shouldn't have any problems really. But yeah, I hope you like it. Like I say, it's quite a big box, so yeah. So I shall speak to you again tomorrow. Thanks guys, bye.